Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watch You Want. Thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at a special watch dedicated to a special place. This is the IWC Big Pilot's watch Perpetual calendar, reference 5026-40 Miami Boutique Limited Edition. One of 50 made, this watch is 48 millimeters in stainless steel. It's an extraordinary piece because it combines an unlikely pair, the Big Pilot's watch and a Perpetual calendar. But there's also a third party to this composition, and that is the Miami spirit, the tropical, cosmopolitan atmosphere, the colors, the sights, and the sounds of midtown Miami and the design district where the new IWC Boutique has been open since January, and that's why this bright tropical coloration has been chosen to highlight this limited edition of 50. Now, while I'll mention stainless steel is an unusual material for the IWC Big Pilot's Perpetual calendars, they tend to be precious metal. The real heart and soul of this watch is that dial, and it stands out from anything else in the IWC catalog. On my wrist, which is 6 1/3 inches, 16 centimeters in circumference, you can see it fits, just. I would say that my wrist is probably the lower limit for the practical fit of this watch. It's very thick, being 16.5 millimeters thick. Stainless steel, not precious metal, it still has immense heft to it. A real premium feel. This thing feels like a Maybach on the wrist, like a Bentley. No offense, Breitling, but IWC's definitely got your number when it comes to heft and substance with this Big Pilot Perpetual. This is a lot of metal, and this is a lot of machinery. Moreover, it is well done. I want to give IWC credit for non-conforming straps. This is an alligator strap, pinned in the vintage aviation style on both sides. It's nevertheless quite supple. It doesn't want to project outwards. It doesn't have any resistance to curving and conforming to my wrist. My wrist is fairly average in profile, being roughly oval around and flat across the top. So if your wrist is small, lower 6 inches, 15 to 16 centimeters in circumference, you can pull this off comfortably. There are no ergonomic issues here. It is a very substantial strap with squared off shoulders, a lot of bolstering around the root where it joins the lug, but then it tapers off and becomes more supple and flexible towards the end. It is padded with calf skin on the bottom, so it's soft against the skin. Made by Santoni, so the quality is exceptional, as is the finish. The watch also features a full steel deployant, single deployant buckle. Again, the quality is everything you would expect of Schaffhausen. Now, what sets this watch apart from the other Big Pilots is the complications. Aside from the coloration, which is unique to the Miami, you may wonder, why do you need a perpetual calendar and moon phase, a double hemisphere moon phase no less, with the century, the decade, and the year on a pilot's watch? Why combine a pilot's watch and a perpetual calendar? The answer is because we can. This watch is so in keeping with the spirit of the town that inspired it. Miami is a place where you can drive between FP Journe boutiques without leaving your car. Probably the only place in the world where you can do that. We just celebrated the opening of our second IWC boutique. One's in Ball Harbor, and the other inspired this watch in the design district. They would be 15 minutes apart if it weren't for bumper-to-bumper Lamborghini traffic, barring access from one to the other. And of course, this is a place where we have a harbor where underwater lights will illuminate the bottom of your yacht. So if you get that, if you dig that, if that makes you smile or even laugh, chances are you could enjoy this somewhat counterintuitive complication. High horology and high altitude aviation engineering dating back to the 1940s. The Big Pilot series, revived in 2002, is iconic of IWC, but this is a playful riff on the theme, featuring IWC's famed Kurt Claus coordinated perpetual calendar system. Every single indication moves in sequence, everything from the day to the date, the month, you name it. Even the moon phases are coordinated. So all you do is you pull the crown out and then you set the date. Everything moves in sequence so they can never get out of sync. And it's as easy as setting the date on a conventional 3-hand watch with a Cyclops eye date magnifier like a Rolex Datejust or Submariner. It's as easy as that. You don't have to wonder whether or not you got the day, date, the month, the year, and the moon phase correct. It's automatically correct. And with a 7-day power reserve and bidirectional automatic winding, once you have it set, chances are it's going to stay set. So some might say this isn't an everyday watch, but with the ability to operate for a week between windings, it doesn't have to be your everyday watch. Now it does feature the IWC manufacturer caliber 51614 with a mind-blowing 62 joules. This one still has the IWC factory sticker seal on the back, so I'm not going to remove it, but you can see on the rotor it notes that this is a boutique edition unique to Miami with the millissimation, the individual numbering of the series on the side, the case flank. This is fantastic in-house watchmaking with a big slow 21,600 vibration per hour beat rate, free sprung balance with Breguet hairspring, very shock resistant. So even if this isn't your everyday watch, it's mechanically robust enough to be your only watch. Very tough, outstanding in-house IWC watchmaking, extends to the winding system, which is the famed pawl-based bidirectional Peloton system. Now I'm turning it because I'm trying to get a view of the Peloton pawls. They're right here, now rendered in ceramic, more durable than they've ever been. This is a system that has been continuously revised and improved since 1950, invented in-house by IWC watchmaker Albert Peloton. It is a classic, supremely efficient, one of the few with shock protection built into the winding rotor. This is considered to be an exemplary system and distinctly IWC. This is a manufacturer movement, but I like the fact that it's a manufacturer movement that includes the accumulated wisdom of years, from Albert Peloton with the winding system to Kurt Claus of the 1980s to the present with the Perpetual calendar. It's said that Kurt Claus also had a hand in the design of the caliber 5000 base movement, so there's a lot of Schaffhausen savoir-faire in the engineering of this piece. As jovial as this visage is, the engineering behind it is very serious indeed. This is the world's largest automatic wristwatch caliber. The largest automatic winding wristwatch caliber. It's over 38 millimeters in diameter, which means that the caliber alone is bigger than a Rolex Datejust or a mid-size Omega Seamaster, and that's really saying something. Again, iconic of the Big Pilot, iconic of IWC, and thanks to this unique color scheme, iconic of Miami. Get in the spirit of the town where Shaq was trying to become a sheriff's deputy. This is an outrageous place, and this watch has an outrageous face to match. Supercar traffic, IWC boutiques within shouting distance of each other, and the outdoor 365-day-a-year luxury watch culture. It never stops around the clock. Miami's a great place to come to buy watches, to Google, or should I say gawk at watches. This is a wristwatch town, and I can't think of a better flagship for the spirit, the soul, and the substance of the Miami luxury watch culture than this IWC Big Pilot Perpetual Calendar Miami Boutique Limited Edition, one of 50. This is reference 5026-40.